Let's send it down to Natasha, Staniszewski, and Ryan Dittrick. Tonight's Flames TV postgame show presented by Original 16.
Original 16 gives you the chance to win one of 3 Calgary Flames fan experiences. Details in the new limited edition 15 packs of Canadian Pale Ale. Original 16, official beer sponsor of the Calgary Flames. Must be legal drinking age, no purchase necessary.
Welcome to the Flames TV post-game live show. AJ Greer is here just like that. He's keeping us on our toes. He opened the scoring for the Flames tonight, who won 4-2. AJ, why don't, tell us about this game. You guys have had some really good games lately, but just haven't seen the results, haven't gotten the points. Must feel good to get this win tonight.
Yeah, it was a tough road trip. And I think coming back home, being in front of our fans, we just made sure that, we look forward, put everything aside that was negative and just start fresh. And that's exactly what we needed. We had a great effort against a hell of a hockey team, and I think everyone pulled the rope. I thought our defensemen were amazing at just moving the puck up and giving our forwards time and space going up the zone. And then, of course, Vladdy played an excellent game. So I think everyone really contributed to this win, and it's great to be in front of our fans.
Let's talk about your goal. Nice way to kick off the night, and for you, tying a career high too. So you've got a little offense going right now, which is good to see. We're taking a look at it here now. But look, we've asked you about contributing, but what's it like in a game like this too, where offense tough to come by in the first period? This felt like a big goal.
Yeah, again, they're a tough hockey team to play against. They've got good pieces on the back end, and they don't give us much space. So whenever we have some time and we can make plays, we got to make them. But again, putting pucks on net is crucial to getting the offensive going. And I think we made a great adjustment, just playing behind their D-man and using our back end in the O-zone, getting pucks to the net and just really rotating the O-zone. But again, like I said, everyone was on the same page tonight, and you saw how Calgary Flames can play when we're on the same page. We're relentless, we're quick, and it's a lot of energy.
You guys did play very well all night, but you did get some pushback from Tampa, which you might have expected in that third period. You were able to hold on to the lead this time. Can you just talk about how you weathered that storm in that final frame? We
had a few penalties, and they have a great power play. So our penalty kill had to do a great job. And yeah, they scored twice, but again, the relentless attitude and mentality that, hey, okay, let's look forward and make sure that we take care of what we have to do. Each individual has to pull on the rope and do their job and do what they do best. So I thought that it can be scary when a team scores 2 times and you're kind of on your heels. But I thought that we did a great job responding. And again, Connor Zary is the hero. So it's a great feeling. There was a lot of energy on the bench. Everyone was positive, and again, the fans were very loud. So that helps us a lot.
AJ, last one for you. I know that you mentioned it there, that's kind of what Calgary Flames hockey can look like. And I know that road trip, you put a lot of good hockey together, but just the talk this morning was about self-inflicted wounds. You eliminated that tonight, but this is now a pretty long stretch of good hockey. Where's the team's head at in terms of what you guys are building here?
Well, we're looking at the positives, and as you saw, once we get going and once we play that relentless hockey behind their D, and we play fast with a lot of speed, and we talk on the ice where we're going to get our chances. I thought our road trip wasn't as bad as the results put them. We had some good stretches, and we did the right things, but again, sports happens sometimes, and we were on the losing end of things. But like I said, coming back home, it's crucial to get that first win and that losing streak. And now, we look ahead and it's a fresh start. We were looking at our new segment of games, and, heading into Christmas, we want to make sure that we get these next couple wins here.
AJ, thanks for being here. Congrats on the win, and thanks for being here so quickly.
Thank you.
Getting the show rolling. We appreciate it.
Yeah, appreciate your time, guys. Thank you so much. Congrats again.
All right, let's
just like that.
Just like that, we got to the good stuff right off the bat. As we mentioned, AJ opened the scoring. I guess we should get to those highlights and recap the whole thing. Let's get straight to it. Yeah, the Flames. I mean, in the first period they had some chances, couldn't find the back of the net, but all of a sudden things opened up a little bit for them in the second period. So Greer, here is that opening goal from him, and just beats Andrei Vasilevsky there.
Yeah,
Beautiful shot.
Interesting because he kind of almost caught Vasilevsky, I would say, sleeping a little bit, very deep in his net. But I think when he gets this pass from Rasmus Andersson, there was a little bit of a kind of a double clutch, a bit of a pump fake. That kind of throws everybody off. And you saw Eric Chernak try to get his stick in the lane there, unable to do it. Great job, though, by AJ Greer to tie his career high.
So the Flames are up 1-0, and they were looking for more. Mackenzie Weegar will set up here at the blue line, walk the line, and just blast one in from the point to make it 2-0.
Yeah, speaking of tying career highs, that's 8 on the year for Mackenzie Weegar. And we've talked so much lately about the shooting mentality he's had here. You love to see it. Pucks on net, that's the key, but a great screen by Blake Coleman. For a second, we actually thought he may have gotten a piece of it. Didn't, but it was an excellent flyby, and that takes away the eyes of the goaltender.
Weegar +3 on the night, by the way. All right, less than a minute later, the red-hot Sharangovich sets up in the slot. Nobody picks him up, and he wires one home. That's extending his goal streak to 5 games.
Yeah, 6 goals in that span, too. You love the activation here from Jordan Osterley. I like this. He's kind of getting himself involved into the corners, but Yegor Sharangovich, the hot hand right now. And what I love about his goal scoring at the moment, he's doing it in all areas. He's in front of the net. He's on his off wing. That was from the top of the left circle. We haven't seen much of that, but that's a great shot. He stays hot.
All right, so the Flames with a 3-0 lead after 40 minutes, and we talked about how we might see some pushback from Tampa, and we certainly did in the first period. They came out firing. It was Braden Point who got the Bolts on the board.
Yeah, the Calgary native there. Great feed from Nikita Kucherov. He extends his league lead, now 51 points, I believe, on the season. That's just mind-bending numbers. But Braden Point there, too. A goal scorer's instincts. Doesn't blast it right away. Again, that double clutch move. He gets Dan Vladar to commit, and then he sends the shot upstairs. Great shot.
And the Lightning kept coming on the power play. It was Steven Stamkos, the captain, just kind of sets up there, takes his time, and just blasts this one home. Yes.
Yeah, we said what was going to be the key for the Calgary Flames tonight. Stay out of the penalty box. This Lightning power play is something else. This one took them just 15 seconds. And Steven Stamkos, first career 4-goal game the other night in Edmonton. Speaking of staying hot, but he's got that shot, no question about it, and he shows it there.
And so the Flames on the heels a little bit, but they managed to weather the storm. And then it was Connor Zary driving the net. Somehow he finds the teeniest bit of daylight there on the short side and beats Vasilevsky.
Yeah, you said it. Not something we see too often from Andrei Vasilevsky, but he leaves the hole. Let's slow it down just under the blocker. But you know what I love about this play, Natasha? Connor Zary using that speed, but he protects the puck so well driving wide. I was actually watching this play develop and was thinking Brandon Hagel's actually defending that pretty well without taking a penalty, staying in his hip pocket. But that's a young player knowing how to use his smaller frame, but use it effectively, protect the puck, and put a puck on net.
Right. AJ Greer just called him the hero, and he is standing by now. Connor Zary in the Flames dressing room.
Can you take us through that goal you scored in the third period?
Yeah, I just mentioned to Ryan outside that Cad's a couple shifts before that was just kind of telling me take the puck north with it. So I think that was kind of in the back of my head. I kind of just grabbed it and went down the ice and was kind of fighting off the guy who was behind me, and I was just thinking to myself, get the puck on net, and I got kind of lucky with that one, but I think you take them as you can get them.
Did you know who was on you?
No, I didn't feel it.
Brandon Hagel.
Yeah.
Were you comfortable with going ahead of Weegar like this?
No, I don't feel very comfortable.
Just the comfort level in the game situations here. We've talked in the past just about you gaining confidence and kind of finding new wrinkles to your game and feeling comfortable in trying some of that one-on-one stuff. Can you address that?
Yeah, for sure. I think just overall, like tonight, I didn't feel like I had my best game, but I think there's opportunities even when you don't have it. You don't feel like you have your best game that night to kind of still do something right and do something positive every shift. So I think that was kind of in the back of my head, just kind of if I made a mistake or I knew I kind of didn't have it, I think I just kind of bear down a little bit and play a little better. But I think overall, yeah, the confidence has been good. I think it's been easy with this group and it's been fun coming to the rink, and we've had some ups and downs, but I think it's obviously nice when you win, but definitely the confidence is high.
Connor, is it reassuring when a veteran like Kadri is telling you to drive the net and go north instead of pass? Like, is it reassuring when you've got a guy like that and you're telling you to use your skill set?
Yeah, 100%. I've mentioned it lots before. I think he he's always got little things for me, and they're usually nothing big. It's just little things, little details that make my game better and are going to make me a better player. So when you have someone that like that on the bench in the dressing room, I think that's telling you those little things. It helps a lot.
How did that first 10 minutes of the second period feel from the ice level? Because from up top, it looked like you guys were starting to build, and it seemed like you didn't really give Tampa much of a chance to let the pressure off.
Yeah, we talked about that after the game. It was probably one of our better periods of the season. I think we were just kind of rolling 4 lines and going at them in the offensive zone. We had a lot of movement. We had a lot of puck movement, a lot of feet movement, and I think that's what makes teams successful, when you can get hem teams in and roll your lines over and keep them tired. And I think that's what worked for us in that second period, and that's why we were so successful.
There have been a lot of exciting games around here and around this team, ups and downs, twists and turns. Is it nice just kind of have one where you opened up a lead, protected the lead, won the game, straightforward?
Yeah, for sure. We always want to play with a lead, and you want to get that first one of the game, and you want to go into the third with a lead and be confident in yourself and in the team to kind of bear down and get that win. So I think that's a huge step for us. I know we kind of let off the gas a little bit to start the third, but to kind of just regroup and regather and find that win's big for us.
You've accomplished a lot in your short time here, but you've never won a fan a trip to Vegas. Does that bother you?
Not gonna lie, that was the first thing I thought of when I saw that goal go in. I just saw them on the screen cheering, and I just saw the TV timeout, and then we went down and scored. I think like I just talked about, we had a really good second period, and we were able to lock things down in the third, and hopefully one day in my career I can win someone a trip to Vegas.
They should have felt pretty good when they saw it was Yegor out there, shouldn't they? The way things are going?
Yeah, 100%. He's been hot, and we have a lot of guys going right now, and a lot of guys contributing, but he's definitely one of those guys that's finding the back of the net big time.
Okay, thanks, Connor.
Thanks, guys.
Thanks, sir.
And you heard Connor there talking about Yegor's goal tonight. Not only was it his 6th goal in 5 games, but because he scored when he did, a couple is going to Vegas for free. They're going on a trip because of that goal. So this guy continues to be red hot for the Flames, leads the team in scoring right now with 11 goals.
Yeah, he's been incredible these last 5 games, put up 6 goals. I mean, what can you say about the offense? But as we were kind of discussing it, and we're taking a look at this hot stretch he's been on here, I think what's most impressive, we alluded to it off the top, is that he's doing it in every way. You see him crashing the blue paint, stick on the ice, giving a target for Noah Hannafin, driving down the wing with speed there in Vegas and using that great shot of his. He can be a net front option as well. We're seeing some of the hand-eye and the tips too, but it's that shot. That shot is something else. We get to see it, we're so lucky to get that front row seat here in practice and watch him work away at it. It's really quite something. And tonight, like I said earlier, it's interesting to see him set up here off the left circle. It kind of gets lost in coverage and allows Osterley to find him there up at the top of the circles. This is a player that's always had the skill set. He put up 20 plus a couple of years ago with the Devils, comes here to Calgary, the whole adjustment to a new team thing. We've talked about that ad nauseum. That can be a little bit tricky for a new player, but he's come in, he's finding his way in. As head coach Ryan Huska has talked about a lot over these past few weeks, really it's not the skill they're worried about. It's about him being able to be more competitive in getting the puck back. And that was sort of the knock on him earlier, but he's really starting to become more of that player that can do that and be most effective on the forecheck, dig pucks free, and make his teammates better in the process too. So really at the moment it's great to see, because Yegor Sharangovich is truly doing it in all areas for the Flames right now.
He has been quite the addition to this team, that's for sure. Let's hear what Sharangovich had to say post-game. He's in the dressing room right now.
Yeah, I meet these guys now, and they really happy, and I look on the screen when they winning these tickets. Yeah, it's fun for them.
Did you sign their jersey for them?
No.
No, they didn't want that. They just wanted the trip.
They don't want my signature.
What did they say to you when you met them?
Oh, they just said thank you, great goal, great game, and keep it going.
So that's 5 games in a row for goals for you. What's working for you in the offensive zone? Why are you scoring so much now?
I know, it just, when I have a chance, take a shot, I just try, to shoot and try to score. And, if you shoot, 3-4 times for the game, maybe one shot, it will be for the goal.
How important is it just being comfortable? You've been here a couple of months now, just being settled in the city and with the organization.
Yeah, and city will allow it. Our family, it's really good city for us, and in the team too. It's good teammates. Good stuff. everything is good, and we need to play, same way like we played today.
Yegor, I know you guys were just on the road, but there's been a lot of excitement about you building in the city with what you've been doing lately. Like, do you feel that at all? Do you get a sense of the fans' sort of excitement about how you're personally playing?
Hard question.
Yeah.
Do you talk to the fans much about how excited they are?
Do you know they're excited for you?
I know. I'm actually don't read it news.
Okay. Do they come up to you if you're ever out in Calgary? Have you talked to fans?
Like on the streets or?
Yeah.
I just met a couple of guys, like just first months, and now like I don't remember actually.
Okay.
Thanks, Gary.
Thanks. Congrats.
All right, here's the goal that I was talking about earlier when he scored, sending that couple to Vegas. And you got to give the guy credit with his English, man. He is doing his best in that scrum there. It's awesome. But yeah, that shot, like you mentioned, is just wicked. So here's the reaction.
I love the delayed response from Grant, too. He's like, did this really just happen?
Well, because it happened not that long ago, right? And of course
Yeah.
you don't think it's going to happen. And then, boom, happens again.
Take a note of it on the bench
There-
there. A little bit of a
there's a
smirk,
little
too.
smile.
You know, I love to see this, too. And by the way, Yegor Sharangovich on that goal, it seems every time he scores nowadays, he's got 11 on the year. The celebrations get a little bit more animated, too. I think that maybe that speaks to a guy's comfort, maybe not, but he's pumped. And as you saw there, so were the fans.
He's getting pretty comfortable with the team, which is awesome to see. Mackenzie Weegar was one of the goal scorers tonight. He has 8 on the year now, leads the Flames defensemen. Flames defensemen, I mean, they've always been kind of known for pitching in on the offense, and it was nice to see just the scoring spread around again tonight.
Yeah, and he's talked so much, again, we kind of alluded to it off the top, but for him this year, he's got 51 games left, by the way, to improve on his career high, which is impressive. But this is a guy, speaking of comfort level, that's really finding his game here. But it all comes down to simplifying. And for a guy like Mackenzie Weegar, he's got a great shot. He's got an excellent ability, too, to grab pucks off the wall, walk the line, and find those open lanes, which we saw again tonight. But when you have that mentality that the key is to get pucks on the net every chance you get, you're going to get a few bounces every now and then. And sometimes, too, as we saw with Blake Coleman, you're just going to get a good screen. So nothing bad can happen typically when you just put a shot on net, but Mackenzie Weegar's finding those lanes right now. And we've talked so much about how much offense is coming from the Flames blue line. This has been a real catalyst for this team to start stringing some wins together. We know it didn't come on the road trip. The offense was there before, but tonight they get the payoff.
And I wonder if that was part of the game plan tonight, was just get pucks on net, especially against someone like Vasilevsky, right? Whether he screened or tips or whatever. And the last goal there, Connor just finding that little space and somehow it goes in. So it worked for the Flames tonight. And I have to admit, I don't remember where we're going next in terms of who we're waiting. Oh, we do have the coach ready. Okay, let's go. Let's hear from the Flames, the winning coach tonight, Ryan Huska.
League. yeah, maybe. Yeah.
How exciting a moment is that? Because the crowd was really into it. You see the winners and all that.
That's a couple times this year, I think, and I think we chatted about it before. Like that's a great promotion because it brings some energy into the building, and people are hoping that there's going to be a goal scored. So it's nice when the guys can do that, and it's good for that couple.
Sorry, and to be honest, did you put Sharangovich on the ice so that they could?
No, maybe next time I will, but no, not at all. Yeah.
Think of your team's play overall, especially in that second period. It seems like, especially in the first half of the game, really took hold of the game, and sort of it seemed like Tampa kind of lost some steam from that point on.
Yeah, I liked our first 2 periods. That was the second period. I think was maybe our best period of the year. I thought we controlled the play. We were smart with the puck, and we had a lot of zone time in that period. So it was a good night for us.
Do you think it looked like you were breaking the puck out really cleanly tonight, and even the back pressure too? What did you see of those 2 elements?
Yeah, better for sure. When you look at your positives and negatives after a game, that's definitely one in the positive category. We were cleaner, and I think our net front defensemen, or all of our defensemen for that matter, did a good job of making some plays with composure tonight.
I know you've been asked lots about Mackenzie and a goal scorer, and I'm curious, like, part of it is he's getting a ton of shots through to the net. Teammates talk about his kind of ability to do that. What gives him that he has a knack for getting the puck through?
You know, it's a good question. I mean, when you would have looked at him at stretches last year, you probably wouldn't have said that. I think a lot of it has to do with the way he's feeling about his game right now. But he moves a lot on the blue line when he's shooting, so he's changing his shot lane or his shot angles a little bit, and he's making that forward or winger that's trying to get into that lane his job a little bit more difficult. So he's making good decisions as to when to shoot it really quickly or when he should be walking the line. So he's had that shot mentality all year, and it's nice that it's paying off for him.
What do you think of Dan?
I thought he was excellent tonight.
And so, I know you tell all your guys to block with the noise, but there's a lot surrounding your goaltending situation. Yeah. His name's been in plenty of rumors. How have you seen him sort of push that aside this season?
He's a little bit like Markey in a sense. Like that stuff, he wants to come out. He wants to play his best. He wants to play more games all the time. And I don't think he's one of the guys that would ever listen to the noise. Like in conversations with him, he's not a guy that is all that flappable when it comes to that stuff. I mean, it is what it is, and there's things you can control and there's things you can't control, and that's most definitely one that you can't. So he does a really good job of making sure that when it's his time to play, he treats game day like it's the most important day, and he's been always ready to go for us.
You talk about blocking out the noise, and on Monday night, there's obviously an opponent coming in. There's always a lot of emotion involved with playing your former team. So on both sides, is this a 48 hours where you really want them blocking out the noise?
I don't know what that noise would be. Like Matthew coming back? Is that what you're? Yeah, I think that was done and over with last year. The only thing that I would look forward to that game is our crowd on Monday. Like they get excited about it for sure. So there's going to be a different energy level in the building.
Ryan, did you see this kind of offense from Connor Zary?
No.
Okay. Because I want to ask, like, not a lot of kids want the game on their stick in the way that he came through in that situation.
Yeah, and that's the one thing from the time he's been called up, he's had that. Like he's a confident guy, and we've talked about how valuable spending time in the American League can be for a player to build confidence. And he went down there, did it again. Not happy this year to go down and do it to start the year, but he came back with a lot of confidence, and what we really like about it is he hasn't really changed his game all that much. He's learning to manage it a little bit better as he goes, and then there's mistakes that are made out there, but he's done a really good job of managing it and staying confident and playing to that same type of game. But I would also say that his line mates have done a really good job in working well with them. So Naz and Marty have been excellent.
Is that a cautionary tale when people want to push young kids when they're 20, 21, instead of waiting?
It's a hard league, and if the player's not ready for it, sometimes there can be more damage than good if you're starting them too young.
Do you find even off the ice, like the maturation or whatever, like having these young men maybe develop beyond the rink is important when it comes to coming to the show typically?
Sure. You go back and look, when I was in the minors, you have Andrew and Raz. They were learning life, those two guys. They're buying a $2,000 car, and it's barely getting to the rink every day, and they don't have a clue how to pay bills. So there's a lot that's going along with it. The one great thing that we have with our situation is they're here in town. So it's awesome that we get to see them develop, and when they're ready, like we've seen this year, we expect them to come up and be contributors.
The cars get a lot better.
Yeah, they do.
Ryan, the games this week against the Avalanche and the Golden Knights, where you guys lost those third period leads against very high-end skilled teams, and tonight, similar situation, but you held on to that lead. Why was tonight so different?
Goaltending. He made the saves when we needed him to make, and then we were able to score that fourth goal. I think that was a big thing because they were coming with that momentum like we saw, but when Connor scored that goal, I thought it sucked the wind out of them again. So those two things I would say were the difference in tonight's game. We responded with that goal, and when there was a save to be made, Vladdy was really good. Yeah.
All good?
Okay. Thank you, guys.
So we're 11
a.m. Original 16 gives you the chance to win one of 3 Calgary Flames fan experiences. Details in the new limited edition 15 packs of Canadian Pale Ale Original 16. Official beer sponsor of the Calgary Flames. Must be of legal drinking age. No purchase necessary.
All right, so the Flames enjoying a 4-2 win. You saw a lot of good things done tonight by a lot of players on Calgary. You heard Ryan Huska there talking about Dan Vladar. Martin Pospisil also making his presence known in this one nice and early.
Yeah, one of the more unheralded storylines from the game, in my opinion, anyway. Look, this was kind of an interesting first period because it was a bit of a feeling out process for both teams, I thought. But Martin Pospisil goes out there and lays the body. He had 5 hits in that first period alone, finishes with 7 on the night. And this is a carryover from what we saw on that road trip. You recall in that Minnesota game, he got right under the skin of the Minnesota Wild, drew a couple of penalties. Pat Maroon was not happy with him at points in the game, but it led to a few power play goals as well. And you know, it was an interesting comment from head coach Ryan Huska the other night about how a guy like Martin Pospisil can drag others into the fight. I thought that happened again here tonight. It helped set the table for some of the offense that we saw. Chances started to come in bunches after that. And, you know, all the headlines are going to be about Connor Zary tonight, deservedly so, because that was a crucial goal. But, you know, seeing a guy like Martin Pospisil take another step, it just shows what the evolution of this Calgary Flames team is and what's, you know, coming in the pipeline, but also what's already here. It's pretty impressive.
The young guys, yeah, they are carrying the weight almost. They're carrying the load. Yeah, it's been really fun to watch. So, yes, the Flames with a 4-2 win. They finally get a win. They end that 4-game losing skid. But the opponents don't get any easier after this one. As you heard, Florida's coming up. They will be here on Monday night. And we will see you back here then.